Hello, my name is Marlis, and today I'm going to talk about the different types of communication. We start first with the verbal communication. This type of communication is a type of communication where we use spoken and written words to get our message and information across to the other person. One example of this is a group discussion and an activity that teachers can apply in class is a debate about a topic. This helps teachers to know how their ESL students express in classes. The second one is written communication. Its definition is the exchange of information, ideas, or message through written language in the form of letters, emails, notes, and more. One example of this is writing stories, and one activity that teachers can apply in classes is picture it and write. This helps teachers to know how his ESL students develop grammar, the way how they can express with writing, and how many details they can identify. The third is massive and digital communication. It is the use of online tools like email, social media messaging, and texting to reach other individuals or a specific audience in order to share a message. An example is phone calls. Teachers can apply activities with media, for example, realize a Kahoot about a topic. For Dalal al-Amrani, this type is the way of how teachers use them and determine the challenges faced in using digital communication platforms for ESL learning that help students. The fourth is nonverbal communication. It is the process of conveying meaning without the use of words, either written or spoken. And one example is using gestures to communicate with other person. Teachers can apply picture telling with gestures as an activity to their ESL students and develop their abilities to express without verbal or oral communication. The fifth is oral communication. It's the ability to transmit ideas from your brain to either one person or a group of people. One example is a speech. Teachers can apply conversing with each other through interviews as activities in their ESL students to develop their capacity to communicate and express their own ideas. Meanwhile, practice grammar and vocabulary. The sixth is intrapersonal communication. For Magdalene, this type of communication can be defined as communication with one's self, and that may include self talk, acts of imagination, and visualization. Even recall and memory. One example is write a diary. Teachers can apply write a diary in their ESL students to know what they think about the classes and their own knowledge, and it helps them to understand what their students need and doesn't communicate because probably they're shy persons. The seventh is interpersonal communication. It's the process of exchange of information, ideas, and feelings between two or more people through verbal or non-verbal methods. One example is role playing. Teachers can use it in ESL students for develop their ability in speaking, and it helps in the active listening for engaging in conversation with others and helps learners comprehend a spoken language and respond appropriately. We continue with the eighth is formal communication. It's the exchange of official information that flows along the different levels of the organizational hierarchy and conforms to the prescribed professional rules, policy, standards, processes, and regulations of the organization. An example is write a letter. This activity is amazing for ESL students to develop their capability of write correctly. The ninth is informal communication. It's a casual and unofficial form of communication wherein the information is exchanged spontaneously between two or more persons without conforming the prescribed official rules, processes, system, formalities, and chain of command. An example is write an email to your best friend. One activity to apply for ESL students is write notes to their classmates describing good things about them. This helps the teachers to know how their students identify details and how express their ideas using informal language. The last one is visual communication is the transmission of information and ideas using symbols and imagery. An example of this type of communication is play educative videos in classroom. One activity that ESL students can realize in class is a mind map. With this, teachers can know their students' listening and comprehension skills. So, thank you so much for watching.